All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm your host, always doing the most. They call me that man, Tone the Boss. I always say every week, I got a very, very special guest. And I do. Everybody that I have as a guest is special. This right here is one of the most important guests I'm going to have on the show. Not only is he important to me, important to everything that I do, but he is important. The people like him are important to the world. We need more of these people. But we only got one Klazik. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Klazik! What applause.
I don't think I can live up to that intro.
Oh, you will. You have, you will.
Yeah.
We doing top tier things over here, man. And I feel like since you've been involved, things have been quite a bit more top tier. It's really that not only the battery, but you just make sure the ship is flowing the way it needs to flow. And it's something dope where it's like, I don't have to tell you what I need help with. You already know, and it's already handled. And you got the idea how we take it to the next level. So I want to talk about how we got to that mind frame, that way of thinking. What lifestyle and upbringing led you to just be such, like, not only a leader, but like somebody that just works in solutions and making shit better?
Well, I mean, when it comes to the music stuff and throwing events, like I've been around them for a long time. And, you know, as far as how I play a supporting role in the T1 events, it's just I don't participate in the, in the function. So I'm more focused on the work and making things move along smoothly. So, I'm not drinking or nothing. So I'm just making sure everything goes together well. But also, as far as focus on the solution, I did 9 years in the Navy. So, no matter what, the mission goes on. So no matter what happens, things just the show must go on.
Yeah.
So, in that environment, in that context, they're always prepared for somebody to not be there to do their job. So there's always something in place for the next person to step in a vacant position and do the role so that everything can continue.
You also have a way of like thinking where it's like, if we have a problem, like it's not just solutions, but it's also just moving forward. You're very good at moving forward and making sure that we're on the right thing, like we're on the right path, and we're not focused on any distractions.
Right. Yeah.
And I think we need to bring it back to the beginning, how we got here, us being able to work together, but also just you becoming Klazik as an artist.
Right.
This is a story that should have been told a long time ago. This interview alone should have happened so long ago. But like when I think of you, I think of just star status, like made it. Like you work so hard. You're so much better than all the other artists that's doing what we do. Like it's not contested. Like bar wise, performance wise, it's just, I don't know. You're inevitable. You're the Thanos of the moment. You snap and half everybody need to disappear.
I hope things catch up to that. I'll take that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you deserve not only the acknowledgement, but you deserve even more praise than what you've gotten. When we linked up, it was we linked up Iowa Summer Jam. I think it was 2021.
I think so.
We linked through Dre. Shout out Dre. It was a A&R consultation that honestly I didn't sell as many as I felt that I should have. We sold probably about 3 or 4 consultations.
Oh, really?
And what that is it's you sit down with somebody that's tied directly to a label that can make decisions. A lot of times people would spend thousands of dollars to fly somewhere, try to give them a press kit, hope that they can get this type of opportunity. And I had a connection to make it happen and bring somebody with that power to Iowa, of all places.
Right.
And I was disappointed that people didn't take advantage of it because it's something that when I was strictly an artist, I would have dreamed of happening. Like, I wish somebody could. It's not even something you would expect to happen, let alone I made it happen. It's just like we got to do A, B, C, and jump through all these hoops, and then the meeting could lead to nowhere.
Right.
Um,
I mean, that's why I did it. Just because what you were charging, like you said, like people would pay thousands of dollars to travel somewhere else and,
mhm.
lodging and all that stuff. And then you have a whole bunch of other people doing the same thing and it could just go nowhere. So it was like, what you were charging and it was local and I would, made sense.
Yep. I think the dopest thing that came out of that, honestly, for me, was me and you working together.
Right.
Of course, I'm sure your bar was higher of what you wanted to come from that. But I think we've done some pretty amazing, dope shit. Before getting to the dope shit that we did, talk about what led you to seeing like where your career was, what you've done in your career, and thinking I'm at that point that I do need to have this sit down.
Man, I just know I've been making music for a long time and I got my style and how I go about it. I know who I am as an artist and a creator. So I was just looking for a way to get some opportunity to put it to use.
Right.
So that's all I was looking for real.
Yeah.
And that's what came out of it. It didn't come through Dre, but he suggested that me and you link up and it took a few months. I think we didn't do nothing until
Probably.
It
was a few months.
T106 and the Cypher.
Damn.
Yeah.
We had to do something before that. We had to at least record it.
Or that might have been that review show that you did.
Yep. We at least did the review show, and we might have had a session with Frat. Did you ever record any of your songs with Frat Audio?
I don't think so. I think the only one I did was Top Tier Delivery and Injustice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, now I feel at fault because I was sitting on talent. It's like this man here. Maybe it was a performance that really showed me what you were capable of. But I remember you showing me videos because at the time we were talking about going the ghostwriting route. And I was like, dude, you got it. Like you got the flow, the style, the voice. And you're like, I just been doing this so long. Like, I just want to, get my words out there. So you weren't opposed to ghostwriting. And it was so good. I'm like, hell yeah, I would love to be able to spit that verse and call it mine. But it's your story and it's good and it's genuine. Like your bars are not fabricated in any way to me. Like that, even if it's something that's exaggerated, it's you.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't feel like you even exaggerate much. I can't think of anything off the top. But just for sake of the podcast, like even if it is something that's outlandish, you make it make sense and you say it so cool, calm, collected. And even your writing process is just amazing, where it's not actual writing. It's you drop it hits you and you record it. Or talk to us how that works.
Well, this is the progression of just doing it for a long time. When I first started, I did write stuff down. Mm-hmm. And then as I got better at writing, ideas would come faster than I could catch them. So I'd be writing something down, I'd get another idea, and I'd forget one of them. Yeah. So now I use a voice. Before smartphone, I'm old enough to say before smartphone. So it started off with having a voice recorder. And I'd catch my thoughts on the voice recorder, and now I use the app on the phone. Yeah, as ideas come, and I catch it like that, and I can just piece a verse together in my head.
Nice talent. I can't remember a bar that I'm like literally right. Like, bro, I got the hottest bars ever in the shower, and the moment I step out that motherfucker, they gone. The whole
down the drain,
out of there. Like, but it just I love your process and then everything that you come up with. You had talked about you being different. One of your favorite bars is it's along the lines of the shit they getting fame from. I'd be ashamed of.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Can you hit that real
I've
quick?
been
What is it
nice since
exactly?
being nice is what it took to get you famous. Not the things they getting famous for is things I'd be ashamed of. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
facts. It's facts.
Yeah.
And it's so genuine because you're about bars. You did a few review shows, and it was like with the perfect people. I watched the Yuck Mouth one. There was another one,
Razcast.
and Yuck Mouth,
Yeah.
and just their feedback and the way they reacted to
Yeah, that
hearing
was
your
dope,
music is like that's a dope audience. Who do you say, like, are you still kind of finding your target audience, or like is it the bar heads? Is it what are you looking for?
If they're in the bars, if I can get in front of them, I know I capture them, but I still don't know how to grab the people. So I just take whatever opportunity I can.
Yeah.
You know, I use those reviews like I got, and I'm finding a few more platforms that focus on lyricism. I think it's making its
Way
way back
back,
around.
yeah.
It may not ever come back to the forefront in the mainstream industry, but I think when you factor in how hip hop they just celebrated 50 years. The generation of the first generation of global superstars was the 90s. A lot of them has managed to grow old in the genre. So, you know, Jay-Z and Nas and Wu-Tang, they all popped off in the 90s, and now they're still here.
Yep.
So now the genre is older, the audience is older.
Yep.
So there has to be a secondary market that emerges for what people who aren't trying to act like they're in their teens and 20s.
Yeah.
You know, so I think an opportunity is opening up there.
He just hit me with something I gotta do. We'll save it for later, so I'm gonna let you think on it. But I've been doing this thing. It's called Top 5. Me and you are gonna have to do Top 5 lyricists. Now, normally I give people time to do this before the show. We're gonna do this on the fly, but I'll let you think about it.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about some other things, and we'll come back to it. But I'm gonna need your top 5 lyricists, and I need them in order from lowest
in order.
to the top.
Oh,
I know that's what makes
where-
it difficult.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. For now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not gonna go with any of the names that everybody always goes with.
Okay.
There's no
We'll see.
reason to mention the people that are always mentioned.
Unless that's how you feel.
Yeah.
If it's, I mean,
Nah.
we'll talk about
There's
it.
gonna be some other names.
We'll talk about it. I'm excited for that. But one thing I want to talk about is some recent news.
Right.
I think one of the reasons me and you really connect and like we work so well together is we have a lot of similar situations where it's like, and it's not being cocky, but you know how hard we work for shit,
Right.
and you know how well we do shit.
Right.
And being, especially with like bars and music, I feel like we're perfectionists, or we always understand the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So typically we are the people, for whatever reason it is, we lose contests. It drives me nuts. Like there's no way. Like I studied, I understand it. No one's doing it better than me. Like they don't want me to win. Whoever they is at the time don't ever want me to win. And I don't
They
understand why.
always against me.
Yeah. I think I'm just a person, and like when you meet me, okay, if I tell him he lose, he'll handle it well. Because I do. It doesn't bother me to lose, but it's also because I expect it. And, you know, and I'm just going to be polite. Like, I'm not going to ever be a sore loser. I'm not going to start a ruckus.
Yeah.
But you recently won the Gifted Hands Challenge
Yeah.
that you almost didn't even do.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Gifted Hands, viral sensation,
Yes.
inspirational. I don't know if we want to call them gospel, but definitely inspirational.
Absolutely.
Clean content, you know. Great artist, great
Yep.
writer. He did an open verse challenge.
Talking about the first one or the new one?
The most recent one.
Okay.
This is his second one that I'm aware of. I did the first one as well and didn't win.
I felt like you got robbed on the first one. I listened to the 3 winners. None of them was better than what you had.
I mean, you know, they picked who they picked.
Yeah.
But this one, he did How to Make It, did the open verse challenge. I almost didn't do it. I sat on that verse for at least a week.
Yeah.
I had it written.
Yeah.
But I submitted it, and
Yeah.
he said it was over 100 submissions,
Yep.
and I got first place. I'm gonna be officially featured on the song.
Hey.
So and everything that comes with that, I'm looking forward to promoting it and taking it as far as it can go.
Yeah.
You have my full support, and I really appreciate the opportunity. It's I feel like it's kind of a comeback story for me.
I like it. I like it, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I felt like you won the first one, and then you do this one, you kill it again.
Matter of fact, I only knew about it, even though I follow him. I didn't see the challenge. You told me about it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know about the challenge. And I went and looked, and I was like,
There was a couple things going on in my life that were really positive, and I love my experiences. I appreciate them, but I love more than me winning when my people win.
Yeah.
So when I saw that challenge, like, obviously I thought, oh, I could kill this, but I wanted you to win it so bad. Like, nobody loves a good comeback story like me. Like, for you to go in the first one, not get ranked with the best verse, just being one of the hardest working people I know that always gets looked over.
And that first one, I was like, man, I really liked my verse, and I was like, man, I don't think nobody beat me. I think I got
I think
this.
your first challenge was better than this new one.
Yeah. Well,
To me, it was.
The flow on this new one is a little more. I don't know what to call it.
Trendy or
I don't know, but it's a good verse. It's a solid verse, solid bars. But the first one, I liked it a lot.
First one was fire. This one's fire too. But that first one, to me, it was undeniable.
Yeah.
Like,
but hey.
Everything happens for a reason.
It came back the way it was supposed to come back.
What's meant for you will not miss you.
The winners on the other ones, they just got it. They did a cash prize and T-shirt. He didn't make them a part of the song.
Oh,
I'm officially a part of the song.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
This is bigger and better. So
I didn't know that.
I'm all for it going this way.
Yeah. And then I still think with the dope ass verse you had, and you already dropped it to a whole new beat.
Yeah.
I think the feature needs to happen, whether we got to pay him, whatever. We figure out the feature with him on that one with that verse because it's so in line with his morals and everything that he does. But it was just such a good verse. Like,
and his challenge, he had the stipulation, no cursing and no negative remarks. And that's up my alley because it was a span of about 5 years where I didn't cuss at all in my raps.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you not cuss outside of it too?
Maybe for a little bit.
That's pretty dope.
But
I need to do that. I need to work on that.
Yeah. So it's like, for lack of a better word, it's like it like purifies your talent, like refines your talent.
Yeah.
Makes you think of different ways of saying things. Like, say for example, Method Man from Wu-Tang. For the last few years, he hasn't cussed in his raps in recent years.
Yeah.
I want to say like about last 3 or 4, maybe more.
Huh.
Like if you check his recent verses, he's not cussing at all.
I like it. And my biggest records, Give Me My Ring and Victory Lap, they don't have a cuss word in it. And it's like, it's just, it opens more doors and you limit yourself.
Right.
When you're too vulgar. And
then Lil Wayne's early stuff, he didn't cuss. I mean, when I was growing up, I thought rappers couldn't cuss. It'd been nice.
It'd been nice for you to keep around. I think the world would be different if rappers didn't cuss.
Things are a little different now.
Yeah, for sure. So, talk about your music career and the path you took to get here today. I understand you was in a group at one point, and you started in Ohio. You ended up in Virginia. Talk to us about your moving around and how music played a part in that.
Well, I started writing raps. I'm born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, so I started writing in high school there. I recorded a couple times with some people. I mostly created secretly, privately. I joined the Navy, and that's how I ended up in Virginia. So the largest Navy base in the world is in Norfolk, Virginia. So
How do you say it again?
Norfolk or Norfolk.
No, fuck. Like, no, fuck that. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but that's, I remember when I first went there, and as soon as they hear you say Norfolk, which is how it's spelled, they be like, "Oh, you ain't from here." Yeah. So you better say it right. Yeah.
That's fine.
So once I got, but then it was always some type of obstacle, man. It was a time when I didn't rap at all. It was a time where before I joined the Navy, I got involved in the church, so I stopped rapping. Then I stopped rapping, and then I picked it back up, I say about 07, 08.
Okay.
And that's when I started getting involved in the music scene in Virginia. The independent scene out there is phenomenal.
When'd you meet T?
09.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you meet T?
At
And
a
shout out
studio
to
session.
T-Rific. We got a couple records together, and Klazik took me out to Virginia. It was like the dopest trip
Yeah, we
ever.
gotta put that out, man. We gotta do something with Cocoon.
We got to.
I be
Well,
forgetting
it's
about
part of the
that.
Black Ricardo album.
Oh, okay,
I'm working. I've got I've got my next 3 projects completely done.
Yeah.
You're on the album as Cocoon. It's a Black Ricardo album, and one of the first songs on the album is Caterpillar. Cocoon's gonna be right in the middle, and then the album's gonna end with a record I got called Butterfly. So it shows the evolution of.
He was another person with the challenge. T was like, "Man, go on and do that challenge, man."
You got to.
Man, leave me
Got
alone.
to. Well, how have you dealt with that? Because even us, we filled out like different grants and applied for stuff. How do you take a L that you don't deserve and still keep pushing and keep your chin up? Like, it's very difficult and frustrating. How do you deal with it?
You just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And
So it's something that you learned, you picked up from the Navy. Were you like that before? Or?
Nah, I mean, it's just when you keep losing, I know no one wants to lose, but you got to take the losses, and keep going. So if you only got in the game, if you only got involved to win, you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Damn.
So when people get involved in something, it's usually for some type of passion or for some type of love of the craft.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, you have to commit to a craft to being good enough to win.
Yeah.
So winning comes after getting good or getting great at it.
Right.
So if you got into it just to win, you would never get into it because you have to get good first.
But I feel like we're already great at the stuff that we're not being rewarded for. How do you deal with?
Well, that's when you recognize that people once you involve other people and you get politics and that's people want it to go the way they want to go.
Yeah.
And you have to. That's when it becomes important to know who you are.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me going too. So
okay.
It would be disappointing when I didn't win because I've done several challenges that had prizes or winners announced, and I would never feel like I lost, but I would never win. So
wild.
It's just, but you just have to be sure in who you are, and do all that you can do, and it goes the way it goes.
Yep.
And you can't control who other people might pick or prefer, or who politics might put in position, but you just do what you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And eventually, at some point, you got to get what's yours.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, and I can't even tell you how this stuff is opening up for me because I haven't done anything different than I did before. It's not like I changed this and then it started coming through. Like I just show up like I always show up.
It's that law of attraction, and then being around like-minded people. Because like honestly, once you start coming around, that's when the bigger things started happening on my side. It's like when I was just doing it just me, I'm working just as hard and like probably even harder. But like now I just have so much more belief that we want something, we go for it. It happens, and then other things that I didn't even think were possible happen, and it's because of the energy and the team that I'm around that just keeps pushing me to try different things and the things I don't want to do. Like, I felt like you did not want to do that challenge.
I did.
And
I
I'm
did.
like,
That's the odd part, man. Like, randomly, I made a post like, I don't think I'm gonna do no
I
rap
remember that
challenges.
post.
And then you told me about that one. I made another post like, "Dad, they about to make me a liar." I just made this post the other day.
Yeah.
And I was going back and forth about it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I had people around me to talk me into it, and it went. I really feel like this is a big deal.
It
and
is.
It has the potential to really set things in motion. If it doesn't change my life, it has the potential to set things in motion that can change my life with the music. And Gifted Hands has provided me a great opportunity, and I really appreciate him. I appreciate his management, Millie ENT, Livewire Consulting. Yeah. They're all good people, all great people, and they do good work. Gifted Hands is a good dude, man, genuine dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that this is unfolding the way it is. And shout out to Triple S Consulting as well, just because.
Is that Capri?
Capri is Amelie.
Amelie, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Capri too. Amelie, she did a logo for me that was nasty. Did you ever do some work for her yet?
I used to work with her because she does promotion. She does event promotion as well.
Uh-huh.
I work with her, and she does print material, and like she was doing CD duplication.
Okay.
So I used to get with her for my CD duplication.
Yeah.
I worked with her. She put me on stage. I was ice cold out there, which I hadn't performed in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Someone recommended me. She put me on stage, put me on a flyer. I always remember that. She's a good person as well.
Yeah. That's super dope too. Like, so you say you was ice cold during the performance?
Yeah, because you get the frustrations come in, and you mentioned the duo I was in. I'd been moving around with a few people. I kept having a series of getting with people that just didn't work out well for me.
Okay.
And, I was in this duo. We put out a couple albums, and I had spent all kind of money. I was getting. And it was just like, man, people was just like playing me, playing with me. And I was just like.
Was it they weren't serious about their craft, or they leaned on you more than they should have and didn't hold their end?
Well, when it comes to that, I know I put up a lot of money on that. And it was just like I was just like the dude that was just being brought along. Like I wasn't getting no respect off my contribution.
Right.
And so that put me, I set out for a while. For a few years after that, I just thought I didn't have no place, for what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept writing, kept rapping. I just never put it out. And, when it came about that time, I think that was like 2016. When, I had a couple people, like he goes by Glue Hefner now, but back then he was going by Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
He always encouraged me. And then Smiles TF1, he always, the two EPs I got, Respectanize and Respectanize Masterclass, he would just hit me and be like, all right, man, let's put something out. He hit me with some beats, I record. And it was just those things. People just keeping me in the game just enough,
right,
for me to get back to where things start clicking and I could build some momentum. I think I'm at a tipping point now.
Yeah,
and I really feel like I can do something now.
Yeah, that's super dope. And like what I really love about the story is like you started at a point where you said you took some time off, ice cold at one point, and we fast forward to last year at the Iowa Music Awards and you get Best Performer.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's everything coming full circle, and it's, what I loved about the IMAs is like I took myself out of the voting process. It's about you know, the people and the impression that you set on them, and them actually seeing your work. So a lot of the panel got the pleasure of actually seeing you perform. And then I also provided either a link or something to kind of back up whatever each person submitted me.
Yeah.
So, you know, that is something that you earned. And it's crazy because, like I said, like you're one of the few people that like just don't get their flowers for how hard you work, how good you are at it, and the fact that I've seen you do it in Virginia like it's nothing, and then in a new city that we've never been to, and in a crowd full of people that don't look like us, and it's still just as good. How did you perfect that craft of the performing art?
I don't know. You know,
No.
because one thing about Virginia, like I said, the scene is, I know it didn't look like it when we went out there and I performed and how the energy was, but when I lived there, like they shit on me out there. They didn't fuck with me. And but when I moved, it was weird. When I moved away, like I started getting all this love from same people I had been around, and people telling me how they respect what I do and this
Yeah.
and that. But when I was there, it was like,
They're used to it. It ain't
I don't
special
know,
because you're
man.
there.
I don't
But
know.
when you leave and come back. Yeah, I've definitely been through that a few times in my life. Once, man, I'm gonna just keep it all the way 100. So there was we moved to Atlanta for 6 months in 2011, and the last 3 months of that 6 month, we would come back to Iowa,
Yeah.
and almost every time we'd come back to Iowa, just for like one of the weekends of that month, we would all get some new pussy. And it would be the bitches that didn't fuck with us our whole time living in Cedar Rapids. But we moved to punk ass Atlanta for 6 months, go over 3, and we'd make like posts and announcements on MySpace and Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, we just coming back for the
Like,
weekend.
oh.
What's popping? And it all 3 of us, it'd be that girl that we ain't smashed and slid in the
They
DM
come
our
through and be
way.
like, let me put this on him right quick.
So we would come back to town, smash something new, and then go back, and it was wild. But it feels like that's just how people are. It's like when they there, it's like, oh, he's here, he's available, he's an option.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
man.
when you make yourself limited, it seems like they appreciate you more.
Well, I'm looking forward to going back out to Virginia.
Man, like I
Shoot
said,
the
we
video
had a
with
blast.
Gifted, and
Mhm.
and let me make sure because for the most part I did meet some good people out there. So T-Rific,
Yeah.
you know, producer, engineer, videographer. He's just an all around.
T is so dope.
does
Just as a human
everything.
being too, like
Yeah, and his wife Lanique,
mm-hmm.
you know,
That
yeah.
support and it's a family business. I
Right.
love just seeing
And
that.
they
It makes
just
you want
started Red Room Records, so
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to supporting them on that because that's family.
Yep.
That's family to me.
Yep.
You know, and it's just a lot of people out there. So we got Concept. Well, it's the Concept is his full name. Lou Hefner, Sensei, Killer, Miscellaneous.
Who shot the Meant for Me video?
Razor. He's another
Fire.
artist, kind of all around producer, event space, engineer, videographer. Yeah,
So good.
He shot that video. I think we shot it in 20 minutes, and then
One location.
yeah, and it was done like in a couple days. You shot a
So
video with
good.
T,
So good.
and you got it like a couple hours later.
Couple hours of shooting is one of my dopest videos.
Yeah.
Again, shout out T-Rific. He's on the G Unit mixtape. And he shot the video for I think it's Woke Up and I Wrote This.
Woke.
Yeah, I think it's like Woke. And it's on YouTube and it looks so good. And he
Black
charged me
Magic
little
camera.
to nothing
Yeah.
and had it to me within hours.
Yeah, man.
Like we had a day booked. We had studio session, video,
I did my
yo
first
video.
public speaking. My first public speech at T's
wow.
event space.
Yep.
We
And then the show.
yeah.
Like,
Like, all kind of stuff that we was only there like 3 or 4 days.
I think it was like 2-3 days.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
crazy.
it in real quick, got to work.
Yeah, man.
got shit done, headed right out. It was like
It's
a Friday through Sunday.
It's a lot of that area, man, is known as the Tidewater region, 757 in Virginia, man.
Hey.
It's crazy, the talent pool there.
Yeah.
And I'm tied in with some heavy hitters, G-Man Entertainment, who T is affiliated with, and a lot of artists that I've already mentioned. Some people I go back with, mention a lot of them, Gage, Superstar Sal, Intellect and his whole crew, ATI, Lucid, Will Young, Tamiz, Stretch Dollar. I want to make sure the people that I know who've shown me love along the way, because it means a lot, because not that many people, I can run the names down.
Yeah.
Prano the Youngin. Yeah. He's a spitter.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that's on the same stuff I'm on, because with how I get down is not a whole bunch. I don't do the gangster rap. I don't do drill rap. I'm really bar heavy, or I have a message. It might be some inspiration or stuff, and all these people that I'm naming, they on the same stuff. It's bars. They bar heavy, not a bunch of spin the block and this and that.
Yep.
Some of the best rappers you will ever hear in your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of my favorites is Fame P. Yeah. I remember because we used to do this. They had an open mic circuit, a couple locations. We got Soul Son and Mass, Antagonist, Dragon Spit, one of the most unique names.
Yeah, I was like, God damn. Is that a group? Is that each of their names?
It's one guy. It's one dude.
8 names, one man.
And we on this circuit, you know the dude that made that Cha-Cha record?
Yeah.
Drum.
No, I don't remember being Drum. I was thinking Cha-Cha Slide, right?
No.
Oh, Cha-Cha.
No. What they say Drake bit it. So he had
the
the song
Tootsie
I
Slide?
Like the Cha-Cha. You don't know that song?
I don't think so.
It's by an artist named Drum. He's from Virginia.
Okay.
So I remember him he's changed his name to his real name now, Shelly.
Okay.
But back in the day on the open mic circuit, he went by Drama J.
Okay.
I remember seeing him in there, and it's just so much going on.
Okay.
It's a long list, man. I want to make sure I show love to the people who along the way.
Yep.
Mike Moe is another one. He's another one. I ain't seen him in a while though.
Yeah.
But he was a monster too.
That's dope. So is that probably what led to you being so good at what you do? Is you surrounded yourself with the best? Like
I've
can
said
only
that
help.
before, man.
Yeah.
If I didn't live there, I wouldn't sound the way I sound.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
So
your style is a Virginia Beach style, not a Cleveland, Ohio sound?
I'm a best way I can put it, I'm a Cleveland dude with some 757 sauce on. Because I would not be like I am if I didn't live there.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Okay. And you got there from the Navy. What's like one of the most important things you think that you took away from the Navy? And like, would you recommend it for someone else or?
No, I don't recommend it for anybody. It's your decision though. If it's something that you genuinely want to do, I can help you make the best choice.
Yeah.
Make the most educated choice. But that's your decision. I don't recommend it to anybody. But if you decide that you want to go, I'll support you in that.
What good did you take from it?
It was the best decision I could have made with my life.
Okay.
So I didn't even go out of high school. I was almost 22 when I went to the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just didn't have any options at that point. I didn't go to college. So at one point, I got a lot of details on my story. At one point, I was supposed to graduate in 1999, but I ended up graduating in 2000 because I had dropped out for a year. I got wrapped up in some things, and I stopped going to school in about the 11th grade.
Yeah.
And then when I went back, I didn't want to do night school because I was like, this is how I was thinking at 17 years old. Nobody made me drop out. I dropped out, so I'll just go back to school. However long it takes me is how long it takes me. So, And I was in there, and I was like, yeah, because the way I am with retaining information, I can hear stuff, and I pretty much retain it.
Mm-hmm.
So school was never an issue. So I'm there, and I'm doing my work, and I'm like, yeah, so I'm not gonna graduate this year. And people thought I was not. People thought I was joking. So when I showed up the next year, they'd be like, man, what you doing here?
Yeah.
So I told you I wasn't graduating.
Yeah.
So and I wanted to go to school for fashion out of high school, but the only time I went to the guidance counselor, you had to go and talk to them before you graduate. And I said that, and they talked me out of going to fashion school. So I ended up not doing nothing.
How old were you?
I was 17, 18.
And it was just people around that will talk you out of your dreams.
My guidance counselor didn't have another option for me or nothing. Didn't recommend me to go do something else.
You don't want to do that.
Just don't do that.
I think you make a great guidance counselor as well. Like, no, nobody want to.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's wild.
So, it was the best option I had with my life. It was the best decision I could have made with my life.
Yeah.
That might not be the case for everybody else. You might pick the wrong job.
I was going to say, what do you think it takes for other people where it's like, hey, if these things aren't going right, you should try the Navy? Like, at what point would you say this is the answer for someone outside?
It's the answer if you want to go. That's it. When
But did you actually want to go, or it was just like one of the only options you had?
Somebody that I knew had went, and then they came back and told me about it, and the person, the girl I was with at the time, I thought we was gonna make a long road. We was gonna hit the long road with it, so I needed a way to be able to provide for me and any family that I'm gonna have.
Okay.
So it was my decision to make.
Yeah.
And it was the best decision available to me at the time. So that's what I did. And like I said, I'm not a dumb guy. I scored pretty high on the ASVAB. I got a 89 on it. I think the highest you can get is 99. I got an 89.
Nice.
And and then the job I picked, it worked out well for me. But some people go and they take that ASVAB and they get infantry. We don't have infantry in the Navy, but if you Army or Marines, and you go
it's
get
a
grunt, grunt work type of job, and you eating shit like your whole enlistment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it worked out well for me.
Yeah. Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, I had top secret clearance. I was a Tomahawk missile technician. Was on the ship for 5 years. I got 2 years of training up front. So, you're generally people sign up for 4 years. I got so much training up front, I had to sign up for 6 years.
Damn.
And then I re-enlisted at my 4-year mark, which took me to 8 years. To get my shore duty, I had to sign a year extension, which that's why I ended up doing an odd number.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty dope. Yeah. So, like, you lived on the boat, right?
Yes.
The boat was
horrible.
Is it usually docked? Is it?
Yeah, when we're in port, it's docked. When you go out to sea, I was on a small ship. I was on a destroyer, USS Mason DDG 87. Stationed in Norfolk.
Okay.
Yeah, so when it's docked, held about a little less than 400 people. So, but living on the ship is a horrible situation.
Is it men and women or just?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not many that are just men. It used to be, it used to be all men back in the day.
Yeah.
I think frigates and submarines. I know submarines don't have women. For sure.
Y'all allowed to fraternize?
No. you're not allowed to, but that don't stop nothing.
Ain't stopping shit over here, big dog.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
definitely an anti-fraternization policy, literally an anti-fraternization policy
Lord.
in place, but that ain't
They
stopping nothing.
shit. Okay.
I was getting action on all my deployments.
I respect
No, I take that back. Not the first one. Not the
Okay.
first one.
Okay.
The second one.
It's like that sounds like a long time, most. No, that's cool. That's cool. So, no, that I think that's super dope that worked out for you, and that's something that you had as an option. You capitalized on it, and I feel like just the aura and the way you carry yourself, you can tell you're just like. I don't want to say well trained or well behaved, but like you're like I said, it's a strategic way that you move,
Right.
and it's a no nonsense really kind of behavior, and you're focused, but you're also one of the funniest people. I know, like we can sit there, we didn't laugh people out the room, literally. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's pretty accurate. I am no nonsense with people I don't know. Like,
okay,
get
is
away
that
from
what
me.
it is?
Get away from me. Stop talking to me.
Right.
People I know, yeah, it's a good time.
No, I'll never forget being in Virginia and seeing you and T get together, and it's just funny, it's laughter, it's some of the best energy that, like, as much as I enjoy interjecting, I just wanted to be a fly on the room and just let y'all do y'all thing and just have that moment and that experience.
And that's part of why I'm no nonsense with people. I don't fake it with you.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
You
I'm not faking it with nobody.
At all.
But the people that I rock with, like, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be laughs. It's gonna be whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something to eat over here. Come get something to eat. Like,
Yep.
that's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I remember you mentioning that about I think it was you was telling me like how you chose your wife. Like she just has to have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of the biggest things I think you said.
That's right, man. It's important, man.
Yeah, for
Gotta
sure.
be able to laugh. I've been in relationships with women that were like, I gotta explain all the jokes. They don't get the sarcasm. They taking everything serious.
No.
Like, oh, why would you say that? Like, oh man, damn, it was a joke, man. Chill out.
Oh man, one of the and I think it leads to this, but one of the dopest conversations me and you've had is just like how negative life can be. So it's like, why the fuck don't you take every opportunity you can to laugh?
Right.
To laugh.
Yeah,
like
man.
there is so much shit to be upset, depressed, hurt about. When there's a fucking funny ass joke, laugh, motherfucker. Like,
Man, I be making jokes about stuff I shouldn't even joke about.
Man, we're bad.
Because it's like life is gonna beat you down either way. It go,
life
man.
will beat that ass.
Every time life come with a blow, it's a low blow. Every time.
Like,
When
hey,
life
I'm
takes
up
a swing,
here.
it's straight to the nuts. Like every time,
rip.
dog. You either winning or you getting hit in the nuts.
Yep.
That's the way it goes, man.
Facts. Like every single time. But like when there's that opportunity to sit back and enjoy, even while you're going through some shit, like you have to take that. And I just really see and feel that about you. Like that's just, bro, we gonna laugh. We just we gonna have a good fucking time. Because if we want to sit here and talk about all the bad shit happening to us, we can. And it's gonna be a horrible time. And it's not gonna fix the issue, us just dwelling on it. So why not just fucking laugh at this shit? Like
that brings something to mind with dude, we was in the same division. He got to the ship a month after I did. We had the same job. We got pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
We both got married and divorced. And then him and his wife had got a house together. They split up. I had split from my wife, so I moved in. We still on the ship, so I moved in one of his extra rooms. Yeah. He ended up getting his house broke into. Robbed.
While you lived there?
Yeah, while I was living there. And they stole all, like he had a big 60-inch screen TV and shit. They stole all kind of shit. Stole his gun. Stole his alcohol.
Oh,
it was a bunch of kids. But in my room, I didn't have nothing for real. So they tore my room up. Like they tore my shit.
It's like he gotta have something.
Yeah. So like we in there joking about like how fucked up my shit was. We laughing at that. You're like, man, like
damn, in that time.
yeah.
Like after it happened.
I'm cleaning up.
They
I'm
couldn't
like,
even find
man,
shit from
get
your
this
ass.
shit, man.
He found a way to
Yeah.
They got me, but nigga, they couldn't even get you.
Yeah.
Damn.
They had to tear your shit up. You ain't had nothing.
Hey, and like seeing something like that is like, all right, and all these motherfuckers that pout about the smallest shit and like,
yeah,
life is so much more than that, and can end so much quicker than the little situation you upset about.
Right.
Like, keep it pushing, keep it moving, and laugh about the things that you can.
Man, I got so much life experience, man. I can look back over stuff and remember situations that like were really upsetting or like I was stressed out about, and I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like that whole looking back gives you that perspective. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. Like, yeah, when you're going through it, it'd be like, damn.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm finna to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are literally killing me.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to get stronger.
And be like, damn, I guess, well, that's over.
Yeah.
And then you keep going. It's like it never happened. Man.
Yep.
It's weird, man.
It's different. It's different. So you mentioned earlier that you were in these groups and duos and stuff, and it just wasn't working out. And you felt like not appreciated. I hope your experience with T1 has been different.
Oh, no,
Can you
it's been
talk
great,
about
man.
how different it is and why what we do has been working for us?
Well, it's just like everything's just clicking. We put these shows on. People appreciate what we do. People come out and support, and it's a good environment. Y'all built up a nice community as far as you being known for what you do, whether it's the DJing or the shows.
Yeah.
So people come out and they support you, and when it comes to, because when you break down the group dynamic, it's like group or duo. I was in a duo specifically, but people are going to have, it's just what the audience does. They're gonna say, this one's my favorite. You don't need the rest of them. You should go solo, right? So, and that's pretty much what happened in my situation.
Oh, whack.
You know, I wasn't the star. I wasn't anything in the group. You know, I would contribute my music and stuff, but the other guy was the
lead,
the obvious star, chosen star.
Yep.
So it was just like, you know, Destiny's Child and Beyonce. Like everybody's like, Beyonce don't need them bitches. You know, so that's just what the audience does, though.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What is it? One Direction and Harry Styles. You know, that's just what NSYNC and Justin Timberlake. That's just what people do.
Yep.
So if you're in a group or if you're in a multi-membered situation, you just have to understand that that's what people are going to do, and you have to have understanding between the members to not let that fuck up the energy internally.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then before that, I dealt with a couple different management situations that didn't pan out well, you know, just snake business and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I'm here.
And I feel like it's just, it may, I tell this to females, like it takes a bad situation for you to appreciate a good one. Like I'd almost prefer you've had your bad situation. You're not gonna. You've said that to me a few times too. Something along those lines. There's some way you word it that's perfect. But can you please hit us with?
Yeah, you got to deal with the person. You have to deal with a person that's been broken and healed, because you don't want a broken person, and you don't want a person that still believes in the fairy tale, because that's just too much headaches. You don't want a broken person because that's too much toxic, you know, victim cycles type stuff.
Man.
But you want somebody that's been through, who had the fairy tale shattered by reality, done their healing, and know and is willing to, work and build towards something.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna be the dude that breaks you, and I'm not gonna be the dude that fix you. Those are my problems.
I like that.
You
I
know?
like that. and that's always been my issue is I used to always want to be the fixer. Like, okay, let me show you what it's like
Yeah.
to be on the other side of it, but their broken traits and
People
their
want to
traumas.
stay broken.
Damn.
A lot
And
of
they just
people-
don't know it, huh?
Yeah, a lot of people want to stay broken.
I didn't realize that. That's good.
They don't like it, but
No, but that's all they're used to.
Yeah.
And it's
it gets
a
you
comfort
attention.
zone. Yep.
It's
They get the
comfortable.
results.
What they know, they start crying about being a victim. They get attention.
Yep.
They have no reason to want to grow beyond that.
I be trying to explain it to people like this person does these shitty things because it's been allowed and it gets the results they want. You can't tell somebody to step out of their comfort zone when it's giving them everything that they've wanted out of life.
They want to do it, and then they get rewarded. So what's the cycle?
How do you tell
Why would
somebody
you
to
not?
stop? Yeah.
Why would you not
Even
wanna
if
keep
it's
doing it?
bad or bad to you, they're
Yeah.
getting what they're going for every time.
Yeah.
I was definitely in a relationship like that where it was I don't like yelling, I don't like arguing.
No.
But every time I did go to that extreme to yell, I'd get the result I need. And it's like, this is the only goddamn way
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
fucking respond. But I'd get the result that I'm looking for only through that. When I talk it out or, hey, I feel like this and I damn near be laughed at.
Right.
But I yell and it's like you do instantly. And then after you do it, like, oh, damn, you were right. Why? But it's traumas that people develop and deal with where it's like they only respond in that manner.
Right.
So like you said, it's like, hey, you need to be broken and healed, or you just need to get your reality, you get your fantasy shattered by reality.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't like raising my voice either. So if I haven't had to do this in a long time, but if I raise my voice twice with the chick I'm dealing with, we breaking up. I let it slide. The one time, we feel each other out, I might
You
have to raise
didn't know
my voice.
that was something
Yeah.
that would push me to this.
But the second time, you fucking up.
This
This
ain't
ain't
worth
gonna
my
work,
energy.
man.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna work. Why I got to yell at you? You grown as hell.
Facts, big facts. Oh man, so how long you been doing music now? I age myself every time. I tell them I've been doing this 20 years.
Yeah. More than 20 years now.
More than 20?
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. How did you come up with the name Klazik?
Klazik is the evolution of previous names that I've had. So I mentioned where I got into church. We start off in the beginning. Growing up in Cleveland, my whole family was on drugs. Crack was the drug of the time. So that was for a long time too. And when that stopped and everybody started going to church, I credited God with stopping that craziness in my life. So I was like, well, if God stopped that, this is what I'm on.
Yeah.
So that's when I stopped rapping. But when I was up until that point, I was rapping. My name was Stone, right? So I stopped rapping then.
Where did Stone come from?
Yeah, I just thought it sounded cool.
Okay. Oh, that's that nigga Stone. I don't want those.
Yeah.
I want no smoke with a nigga named Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Stone Girl.
And then after a few years, I wanted to start rapping again. So, but I was in church where I was like, well, I guess I got to do gospel rap, which I think is corny.
You think gospel rap is corny?
I did gospel rap for a few years. I never liked it. I did it because I wanted to rap, and I thought that
was the only way.
Yeah, but I've never liked gospel rap.
Why do you think it's corny?
Because
I
it's just
enjoy it.
okay.
And I think it's so much harder to do.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
But why do you think it's corny?
Because it's like they're trying to emulate this. They're trying to emulate the same rappers they're putting down.
Yep.
It's not that this is the way I express myself artistically. This is, I see them doing it and they're successful, but I'm going to do it for the Lord. You know, that's corny.
That is
man.
mad corny.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about it
and
that
it's
way.
like, and every song's got to be Jesus and church and prayer.
I'm thinking about what I heard maybe a year or so ago, and dude was rapping about the Lord, but using the baby style of rapping.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so he wants to
I can rap like the baby, but I do it for the Lord. What does that mean, fam?
As you shun the baby and his horrible sins.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, there are some people who do it very well.
Okay.
And it's few and far between.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's some that just really have a dope style.
Yeah.
You know, and you can have somebody that has a great song, but somehow they got he washed my sin. What are you talking about, man? like you got this dope song going on. You talking and I'm covered in the blood. What? What's happening? Like
it was hot. Verse 17, like
glory to God, I'm covered in the blood. Oh, damn.
You had
You was just going out on a date with your girl.
Yeah.
Like, what happened here, man?
Okay.
So that's but back to the story. I went by Stone. I started rapping again, and I started. I didn't have a name. I just went by my real name, Tyrone.
Okay.
And then, I stopped rapping again because, like I said, gospel rap is corny to me.
Yeah.
And then I was in the Navy. This is my first year in the Navy. And I picked up the Bible, and I want to start rapping again. And I turned to the story of Lazarus, which is who Jesus raised from the dead, Martha and Mary's brother. And it said, roll away the stone, Lazarus, come forth. So my old rap name was Stone. And I'm reading that passage where Jesus said, roll away the stone, Lazarus, come forth. I started going by Lazarus. So I writing under the name Lazarus for a few years. And I'm back just secular rapping or just rapping, not gospel. And I see a full page ad in the source. This guy, his name is Lazarus. So I said, well, I guess I can't use that. I scrapped that.
Yeah.
And I started going by L-A-Z because I had all these rhymes. I had L-A-Z short for Lazarus, and, you know. And then I wrote a rhyme and I said classified sick, abbreviate that, call me classic. And I was like, man, I never did anything with that line or that song, but I like that meaning.
Yeah.
So that's when I changed my name to Klazik, but I spell it K-L-A-Z-I-K because I was L-A-Z at the time, and Klazik stands for classified sick. So, you know, it has meaning. It's tied to all my other names.
Why the K?
Because actual C-L-A-S-S-I-C is not. It's kind of sassy. You know, so
yeah, to throw some little some sauce on it.
Well, you know, call me Klazik, and then you see it written down. It's all swirly.
Yeah, it is.
I remember a girl when I told her my name was Klazik, and she spelled it like K-L-S-S-I-Q-U-E. I was like, whoa, fam, calm it down.
Yeah, too many sexy
Get
letters.
me the
in
nail
that one.
polish remover, man.
Right.
So it's like K, because it's not, when you see me write it, it's all straight and hard lines.
Yeah,
you know, it's just it's
give it
just,
to you straight.
Yeah. So the K-L-A, everything has a point and a straight line.
Yep.
If you see it written out.
I like
and
it.
Yeah, that's just how it goes.
I like it. That's fire. Classic. That's a classic. We got to get a record, man. Me, you, and T. I would love to make that record happen. Yeah. I think the three of us on something, just go bar crazy, having fun with it. I think would be super dope.
Yeah. All right, that can definitely happen.
We gotta make that other trip out to Virginia.
Gotta go out there and take some people with us.
Yeah, they need to see that.
Have a great time.
Man, my boy Zaya still he just on a high from that.
He still bring that up?
Yeah, Like the performance and just the city and just seeing it, and just kicking it. It was just a dope vibe, good energy.
And when we go back out this time, we're gonna have an even better time.
Yeah, I think so. I think we try to bring as many people as we can, and we just have fun out there. And we'll schedule it around a Way Up showcase.
Yeah,
and
they do all kind of showcases, man. They got the Way Up, Monopoly concert series.
I've been seeing that one.
They
saw them give away $1,000 the other day.
Yeah,
I thought that was
man.
so dope.
Yeah, and they say they're gonna do it some more. So maybe I need to go out.
Collect me a quick grand. Cover this flight and room real quick.
I need me a comment. Let me make it happen.
So I'm very interested because I don't think we had this conversation yet on your top 5 lyricists. Top five. Do you think you got the order? You know who they are.
Yeah.
Do you think you got the order?
No, I don't have the order yet.
Okay. The way we got to do it, we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
If we need to debate it, we can.
Okay.
But we'll start at 5, go up 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we'll just alternate. Damn. So I have my top 5. I think number 5 on my list is Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Lil Wayne got the bars, the metaphors, the wordplay. He's somebody I've definitely tried to mirror his style. Right. But he also, I feel like, created a generation of future rappers just based on how good of a lyricist he is. And he brought the bar to a certain level that he was the hottest rapper, and it wasn't because of his bars, but he brought the bars that made everyone else have to level up.
Okay. I can get with that. I can see that. I'm not gonna mention Lil Wayne because he's transcended to the pantheon of gods.
Yeah.
So you kind of don't have to say Wayne.
Yeah, he knows where he's at.
So
he don't need my acknowledgement.
Right. So I'm gonna say number 5 is Young Dro.
Hey, I love Dro. Yeah. I love Dro. The same colors. Man, like it was always.
That style. When I first heard Shoulder Lean, I was like, it was surprising, but just his style of how he would describe something. What Brown Rover look like pork and beans. Everybody know me in the club because they smoking me. Dro, whole scoping me. And then that line, Dro, I'm clean in this bitch. Like,
epic, iconic.
That's it.
I had to write a remix to it because he was so dope at the time. Like
that Now I'm Riding Dion line. Like that whole red, black, and white Chevy. Now I'm riding Dion. Like if you say that, if you say red, black, white Chevy and somebody don't say now I'm riding Dion, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I'm in the room, I say red, black, and white Chevy. Now I'm riding Dion. If you don't reply, you got to get from around me.
Dro is so fire, so slept on, so didn't have the longevity in the game he deserved.
Yeah. I mean, he's still around. Like, I just watched the interview with him. Well, he's clean. I think that's what got, that's what I saw an interview with Tip where he's a phenomenal talent, man. Yep. He's a phenomenal talent.
So dope. My number 4, and it's crazy because like Wayne would be, if it was just who I'm fans of as rappers, he'd be number 2. My number 4 I put above Wayne, but I would definitely listen to Wayne over him. But when it comes to lyrics, I gotta say Kendrick Lamar. That shit that he does, and like I'm just looking at it from a perspective of a rapper that loves doing lyrics. I don't like even admitting it, but he's one of those people I cannot do what the fuck he does.
Right.
My brain does not do that.
Right.
It is very creative. It makes all the sense in the world. Like I'm beyond impressed. I think he rapped one time from the perspective of a fucking crackhead. Right. That's amazing. Yeah. And just powerful and it's So number 4 for me is Kendrick. Who you got?
Number 4.
When giving 4, you got to remember your first 3 so you don't knock them down.
So Let's go with Sci-Hi the Prince.
Woo! Shout out to Sci-Hi. I got a record with dude. He is so fire, so slept on.
Yeah.
I know he done wrote all types of shit for Kanye.
Right.
So dope, man.
He just put something out called the EGOT. You know, I think that's the whole title. I don't want to butcher his title up, but
Yeah.
he's a very precise writer. He's got he'll have an entendre and he'll have a multi-syllable rhyme with an entendre, and like he's ill with it.
What is it? Is it no
No
dope,
dope
on
on
Sundays?
Sundays. Yeah,
God, just the premise of it,
yeah.
the way he stuck to the topic, and still gave us a variety of stuff.
And his voice. He's got
It's so
voices
unique.
are important. Yeah,
Yes,
he's got that.
definitely.
It's like nasally, gravelly, or
But it's clear. How is
Right,
it that
yeah.
gravelly?
yeah.
Like, motherfucker.
And he enunciates well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's
another unique
the
character.
full package.
Yeah.
And like I said, he definitely wrote probably some of Kanye's best lines.
Yeah.
Dude is fire. Did you ever listen to one where he dissed Kanye?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh no, I don't want to hear that.
It's so good. I don't know. Kanye never responded, and they worked together after it. So I don't know if it was fake or whatever. Like it was, but it was so
Dang.
good. I will
bet,
play that
man.
for you or send it to you afterwards. All right, I gotta give my number 3. Shit, I gotta remember who my number 2 was. This is important to me. Damn. Give me your number 3. I'm gonna come back to my number 3.
Number 3 is Black Thought.
Okay. Elaborate.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Well, for one, he's from Philly, and if you know anything about when it comes to hip hop, Philly just breeds monsters on the rap tip. And if I meet a dude from Philly, I expect him to be able to box or rap. You know, so Black Thought, he's got my favorite project from him is Stream of Thought Volume 2.
Okay.
And he's got pretty much the whole thing is just fire.
Yeah.
But there's one called Long Liveth that inspired me to because I got my masterclass EP, my Recognized masterclass.
Yeah.
On Long Liveth, he starts off, greetings and salutations. I'm running out of patience, so everything in moderation, even moderation. Take every single allegation for recalibration. Call that the big payback, is debt consolidation. On Masterclass, the title track of that, I started off, I just like how he started it. So I said, peace and blessings, this an MC session, meaning the masterclass and beat destruction. They call me Klazik with my rapping ass. I'm teaching the lesson and using speech as weapons. Yeah, I tend to bring that heat to keep your speakers sweating. So just the way he started off, I wanted mine to start off like, something like that.
Yeah.
And, Black Thought is just a monster, man.
That's fire. I love, that's one thing I love about the art we get to do is I love when we get to pay homage and we get to let me play with that and make it a little bit better. But you did your thing, but I got something. This is where I would have went with it.
Right.
And it's just showing your perspective of it while paying homage. And that's the fun part about what we do. Damn it. I just had my number 3. It was here. And then just went here. Hold on.
Yeah, man, I'm making you forget because you naming the people everybody would name.
I am. God, I had. Oh, okay. I remember who it is now. So I got to honorable mention a couple people that didn't make the list, which is Joel Santana. I used to love J.R. Ryder. Used to hate Cameron. I thought he was the worst lyricist ever. Lloyd Banks, I think he's amazing. Jadakiss, I think is amazing. A guy, not just because you said I'm naming all the people, but that most people won't know that I always appreciate and listen to every last mixtape and can recite them and had to learn them. In most recent years is John Connor. Have you got to listen to John Connor yet?
No, I have not.
He is
back in the day. I remember he had the Terminator series,
the best in the world series, where he would pick Kanye West and do all of his classic songs and just murder them.
Yeah.
He did that with Kanye. He did it with Eminem. He did it with Jay-Z. and he just murdered all their most popular beats. It inspired me to do my G Unit tape because I'm a big G Unit fan, and that's been 20 years now. That's just crazy how old I'm getting so fast.
Yeah.
But John Connor has just some of the most dopest bars and just unreal. I've talked to him a few times. Hopefully we get to do a record together, honestly. But he's just so damn dope. The syllables, wordplay, everything is there, and it's the shit that I unfortunately can't do. And I don't like even saying that because I feel like you could always push yourself to get better, but the shit he does is just beyond me. Another honorable mention to somebody that I would really like on this list, I would say he almost ties with John Connor, is Joyner Lucas. His bars and the syllables and the ability to go fast and the ability to come up with something super creative. They're John Connor, Joyner Lucas. That's number 3 is a tie. Thanks to them.
3. Okay. I got my 3 was Black Thought. So on to my number 2. Number 2 is Royce the 5'9".
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's my number 2.
Damn, that's crazy.
We tied those two.
I guess we don't even have to elaborate.
They're gonna hate my number 1, but yeah, the shit that Royce does. Royce sold me. It was like just a mixtape, and it was like halfway through the verse he would get angry. You listen to those ones he does.
Which one? Cause he's got a bunch of mixtapes.
Man, there's
he got the
I'm
bar
Me.
exam. He's got.
Did you hear "I'm Me"? His version of "I'm Me." Lil Wayne's.
I know I've heard it.
Oh my god!
I remember
when he just
started yelling.
Yeah. If you call a laptop, you sound like a scientist, but you probably an idiot. So like, just fucking so mad. or well, something else I'm going to do at some point in my career, but I love pause already. But when a nigga just starts his verse with big dick, bitch, big balls. Nigga, damn. You can't be lying. Like, what? Yeah, that's the beginning of the song.
Big dick, bitch, big balls.
You heard the beat and big dick. Like, you know he put it in all caps. Like, the nigga, why is that what hit you?
Yeah.
Royce is that dude. It's only one person I put ahead of him. People are going to hate me for it. They did an album together.
Oh,
Eminem.
I thought that's who you was going to say.
No one is better than him when it comes to wordplay, rhyme scheme, creativity. It's just,
you can't be mad at what you're saying. Like when you factor in skills and sales, like Eminem always has to be a part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where he lands for you as a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's not on my top 5. But
not even in the top 5?
No.
So,
but at the same time, he's on that transcendent list as well.
Okay.
But, you know, when it comes to him and Royce have identical
if Eminem was black, he'd be Royce. And then he'd just be number 2 for whatever weird reason that is. And I try to think I'm not more impressed because he's white, but he does talk about shit that only a white person could.
He strings his words. He strings them rhymes together. Yeah, like no one.
But also, I can't see any black artist ever talking about their mother the way that he did. Like he does. It's not necessarily leeway, but he has a whole world he got to introduce through his music. When a Royce is introducing a world we're already familiar with, so. Right. We're not going to, we talked about it earlier, we're not going to appreciate things that we're familiar with, that we have access to, that we see every day. Right. It's not as impressive as this weird-ass white boy that's talking about murdering his mom, and he can go 900 bars.
I remember the first time I like, recognized Eminem. Mm-hmm. It was on that Sway and Tech. He used to come on the box all the time. They had, like, this posse cut. It had Eminem, Cool G Rap, Chino XL. It was just everybody from everywhere, and like he just had such a unique delivery. Like you know, his early stuff, the way he would use his voice and enunciate his words was was different than how he does now.
Yeah. So your number one is?
You could probably guess it,
I
but
know it.
So Fabulous is my number
B-O,
one. Yeah,
L-O,
yeah.
U-S.
That's right. He's my personal favorite rapper.
Why?
Just
He's good.
He's
damn good.
He's a very well-rounded artist.
Yeah.
So he can spit. He's clever, witty.
Witty as fuck.
Image-wise, he's never had a bad outfit in 30 years. You know, he got songs for the ladies. He can hang with the real spitters, you know, and as far as his monotone delivery, I thought I could rap like that because that's how my natural tone
Your default
is.
setting is
Yeah, I sound like Fab, so I thought I
Yeah.
could rap like Fab, and I could make it work for me. But
I've heard at least 50 songs from you, and I've only heard you hit the Fab style one time.
yeah, because I'm like, I know it don't work. It's not gonna.
You
work
don't think
for
it
me.
works?
It not for me. It doesn't
Okay,
work for me.
because that baby girl verse that you got is so hard.
Oh, that's new. Yeah,
but like
I'm in a mode where I'm kind of making the best music I ever made.
You think so?
Yeah, but
That's dope.
Yeah, but yeah, I do got baby girl. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got that, yeah.
That's fire. God, that is fire. I did the Richie Uchiha record, but I did the every time I visit your city, I'm getting richer with Richie. But that was like a fabulous homage. I forgot what. Yeah, it's something he said. I don't even remember what he said.
One of the ones with Lil Mo.
Yeah, man, it was like 8 of them.
Yeah,
and then she
Can't
do them
Let
with
You Go or
Ja.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, we so deep in our freaking. We can't sleep on the weekend.
One of those. But
Yeah.
Buddy is cold. I don't know why he doesn't make my list, but it's just somebody that we don't acknowledge that we should. Like him, like I did mention honorable mention of Jadakiss.
Right.
That dude with his bars. What my favorite Jadakiss, it's like a simile or whatever, but it was I knew this chick named Superhead. She gave Superhead.
Yeah.
It had everybody in the building, even gave the Superhead. Like, I want that bar. I want my equivalent to that, and I don't have it yet. But I want it because I don't like, and you mastered it. And I never, until when you do it right. I've always hated when people repeat the bar.
Oh yeah, it's got to be a different meaning every time.
Yeah.
You can't just repeat it. It has to mean something different when you repeat it. Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where, all right, well, I'm doing an anthem, so I know I need to repeat the bar so they acknowledge it. But I've always just hated that. But that time that Jadakiss used it, that might be why I hate it. He uses so well the same words 3 different times in the coolest motherfucking braggadocious way. I need something like that. That's my shit. Oh, there was somebody else I thought about. Like, damn, we did. Oh, why do you think Joe Budden doesn't make the list?
For me, Joe Budden doesn't make it because he's a monster.
Yeah, like
him and
big
Fab and Ransom and all them, Paul Kane. They was all in damn near a group unofficially, but I'm not into depressing.
Okay.
I'm not into, his stuff, that mood music stuff. He did a lot of like emo, depressive stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into that. He can rap though.
He can rap his
He's
ass
a
off.
monster.
I know he should be in somebody's list. He's just not in mine.
Right.
I
Those
wish I
that are
had.
looking for those type of bars,
Yeah. Interesting. All right, you ready for this or that?
Sure.
You've seen the podcast, I'm sure. I hope.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
Maybe you got your answers predetermined. Maybe you don't.
If you ain't switched the questions up, I got some answers.
He said he been waiting.
Yeah.
He got this. I'm gonna let you. You'll be the first and maybe only guest. I'll let you pick which ones you elaborate on because you've given me feedback on all the episodes, so you should know most of the questions. So if there's some that you was like, let me just go ahead, feel free. It's your boy Klazik in the building. We doing this or that.
Yep.
You ready for the first question?
Let's go.
Humble or prideful?
Humble.
Streams or followers?
Streams.
I did not expect that answer from you.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather you stream my music because followers doesn't automatically translate to money.
Streams do
equal money.
Damn. I almost deleted that question because everyone says followers, but you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, damn.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Married man here. Don't say anything to compromise anything.
Right.
Cheat on your girl or get cheated on?
I've been cheated on. You know, I can take it.
Better man than me.
Hey, the first cut was pretty deep, but hey, fuck it.
I've been cut now.
Yeah.
By the biggest blade and the sharpest knife.
Can't be worse than that. I can handle it. Yeah,
okay. What's more important, who you know or what you know?
Damn. I'm gonna have to go with who, because I know a lot of shit and I ain't nowhere. You know?
I swear. One of my favorite quotes that I kind of made up. I hope I made it up. But anyway, silence repeats it and gives me credit. But he says, where I said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Who you know can get you in the room. What you know is going to keep you there.
Right.
And I had said that to Bo, and he said, but it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And I feel like we've lived that out. Oh shit! Third plot twist.
I'm the invisible man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the invisible bully.
Mm.
I be in some rooms.
Yeah.
You may never know I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
And you can get a lot done in that room.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
So you might not know me, but you know my work.
Right. I like that. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, for someone with the ability to have a monogamous relationship or have a poly relationship, which route would you recommend they go?
I've become open to poly. I mean, I haven't been able to make that happen in my life.
I tried to give you the hypothetical out. I would tell that person. He said,
ain't no hypothetical. You know, I've brought up the conversation, but you know, everybody's got to be on board. You know?
Yeah.
But, hey.
So for people that only know monogamy, why do you think selling a polygamous relationship would work for them?
Because it's a matter of, like, this only makes sense to people who have gone out into the world and trying to make their way, you know, and understand that you need resources for this life.
Yeah.
You know, and the more people contributing to acquiring those resources, the better.
Yeah.
You know, and the best situation would not just be somebody who's like an employee. It'd be somebody that you have a genuine connection and love, and you know, and y'all to build a life together. You know? So that's what began to appeal to me. But you know, we are programmed against that from an early. You know, I didn't think on this. I didn't think like this when I was younger.
No,
you
we're
buy
programmed
to one
work
man,
the 9
one
to
woman.
5.
Yeah, work yourself to death.
Yes.
Once you start having some kids, man,
that's the biggest. Work yourself to death is part of our programming.
Yeah.
I watched something today, and they was like, you know, they call 50 midlife, and they call 65 when you can retire.
Yeah.
You do know the average person dies at 70.
Yeah.
So 35 is midlife.
Right.
And if you're retiring 5 years before death, you literally worked yourself to death.
You've worked all your life. Yeah.
And we're taught this, and it's normal. And it's normal to work for a corporation where you're making millions for somebody and you get 4 figures. Like,
yeah, man.
But you're giving them 7. And like, it's asinine. But I was taught that same thing, and it took a whole divorce for me to wake up and losing everything that they told me I needed.
Back to what we said earlier, like we all have a fairy tale that we believe.
Yep.
So that
This
you know,
broken version
you had to
that
get your
healed.
fairy tale shattered by reality.
Yes. The broken version of me that healed is such a privilege for, like, I can't even date right now. And it's very cocky, but it's how, like, y'all don't deserve this version of me.
Right.
I'm not just giving this to anybody.
Right.
You have to not only earn it, I also gotta, like, I gotta see.
And all you bringing is some sex.
Yeah,
All
that's
you gonna do is give me some sex.
It's beneath me. That's all you have to. I mean, we're gonna do it, but like,
Yeah.
that's all.
I mean, you gonna get
it. But
Yeah.
no, this version of me that had been through it all, that has this awakening that I get to a point where I don't even want to tell people all of my views anymore.
Yeah,
because you need to experience it and you
Right.
need to get here.
Right.
I try to.
Because when
it's
they don't
weird.
understand it, it's a pointless conversation. It's
Yep.
gonna cause more conflict than
Exactly.
anything else.
Exactly.
So if I start speaking German and you don't know German, I start speaking it fluently, you're gonna be like, man, what's wrong with you, man? You know,
Yep.
so you just wait till you
Yep.
you come across somebody speaking German, you be like, hey, I speak German too.
Yeah. Yep. You get excited. You have a bond with that person. Like, damn,
Yeah.
you went through that. Okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
we can talk about it. But, me just telling people, yeah, man, I quit my job and I did it. Well, first of all, I worked that job for 10 years. I bought the house. I had the car. That was a great life.
Yeah.
But it wasn't feeding my soul. It didn't, fulfill my purpose as Antonio. It fulfilled my purpose as an American citizen. Like,
Right.
I did the American thing. But that's just me. At the end of the day, at your job, you're a number.
Right.
And I feel like on this world, you can be a number too.
Right.
If you just do what everybody else is doing. We have to be the innovators and create and do something new and leave something behind that gets remembered. Otherwise, you were just a number while you live too.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a fact.
Damn, we only on like question 5. We got like 30 questions. All right, I'm gonna get through. What's more important to you, to be honest or preserve the friendship?
Be honest.
Do you prefer friends or business partners?
Business partners.
Street cred or business rep?
Business.
Would you rather have a tough relationship or have it easy being single?
Easy being single.
I knew you. Oh, we got problems?
Yeah.
Oh,
Take
you
them
have problems
to the
Ew.
mirror.
He ain't
Don't
playing
bring
that
them to me.
shit. Oh, Lord. All right, Jordan or LeBron?
LeBron. I'm from Cleveland, Jack.
Oh, okay. I was definitely go Cleveland. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I understand.
He's from Akron, which is less than an hour away. He's from where I'm from. I don't care about no basketball or nothing, but
How did you feel about his move to Miami? I'm not a basketball person either.
I didn't care. It's a game, man. Owners trade players whenever they want.
Yeah, you
Every
are
time-
also a number. Like,
every
what's
time
on
LeBron
your back?
left the team, he fulfilled his contract, and he
Mhm.
could go wherever he wanted to go.
Okay.
He never complained and begged for a trade like some other players we've seen.
Yep.
Every time he left the team, it was when he had given 7 years to Cleveland at that point.
And got nothing in
And got
return. What he want him to do? When they were burning jerseys and shit,
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
nigga, he shouldn't have been here that long.
And plus, it's a game, dog.
and a job. It's a game and
For him, it's life. For
Facts.
the people
Big
burning
facts.
the jerseys and
Big
talking
facts.
shit about him,
Big facts.
it's a
I didn't
game.
Look at it that way.
For him, it's his life.
Yeah,
He's been in the
nigga,
league now
I
for
can't
20 years.
Continue to be here and not get the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
And we all know I'm the best player, and I'm not gonna be rewarded because
He's played professionally now for 20 years. You can literally say he's played basketball for 30 years of his life.
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's a bitch. Oh, he don't do this. He's not. Man, shut up.
What have you done for 30 years?
Right. What? He's been at the highest level for 20 years. Have you ever been employee of the month? Like, what are you talking about, man? And people talking about, Jordan never lost in the finals. You know what that means? That means you had to be the best team in the league to beat LeBron and his team.
Mm-hmm.
He only lost to the
Mhm.
best team in the league.
Mhm.
That's what that means. Jordan was getting knocked out by insurance salesmen and used cars.
Bro. But the Golden State team and even the teams that he's had, these are all super, like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's 3 Jordans on each team.
Right.
Like, so it's definitely a different game.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's why for people that ain't all into the sports, but you know. All right. What do you prefer, or what do you look for in the dating world? Do you look for a low body count or a woman of experience?
Low body count.
Elaborate.
I can teach you what you need to know with me.
Okay.
I'm not a super freak type dude.
Okay.
It's just regular.
Regular degular.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy yourself?
She gonna be all right.
She gonna be
I'm
all
gonna
right.
make sure she's all right. I'm not a selfish lover. She gonna be all right. You know.
He
She
said,
gon- she
what do
gon'
you
keep
think you're going to
coming
do with
back.
that?
Yeah, she gonna keep on coming back, and we gonna do that regular old.
Oh, shit. That's great. Do you believe a man pays or it should be equal or split?
I ain't got no problem paying.
Okay.
I got it.
Raised that way or what's
That's just how I am, man.
okay?
You know, if you
Yeah, like
you just
if I was
with
put in a
me-
different body, I would still feel that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I've been blessed.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that's the way I look at it. Like I shouldn't have this.
Right.
I was born in nothing.
right.
I was expected to have
When
nothing.
shit is
If I
flowing,
got it, we all got it.
Yeah,
We good.
especially people I love and care
Yeah.
about. If it's flowing
This
over
shit
here,
gonna stress you.
Come
This
on.
shit don't mean nothing. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
nigga.
money is so like I don't have a lot, but it's so invaluable to me.
Yeah.
But experiences and just having a good time, like fucking laughter is so like it's like time, laughter, family, like
Right.
but like
Right.
we should be laughing together. We should make memories. Fucking money is stupid. It is. All right. Do you want an independent woman? She can do it on her own. She can hold it down. Do you want an equal partnership? Hey, I take out the trash these days. You take it out these days. And we just everything is fair.
I'd rather things be fair. Like again,
Okay.
You're not my child. I'm not your child. Like
Mhm.
if it's something that needs to be done,
And we know it's a problem.
let's get
Doesn't
it done.
have to be me.
Yeah. It's that's a woman's job, but I have the faculty to do it, and
Yeah.
it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't even blame how I was raised, but I've up until the last few years of being honestly single, I've depended on women for like the cleaning and cooking.
Yeah.
And my like whole life,
Yeah.
I've depended on women to do it. And it could be because I was raised by a single mom that had 3 kids, but I just was so dependent. And like now that, you know, I keep my place clean enough. I ain't gonna say clean, but clean enough. And me and my daughter, like I cook with her, cook for her.
Yeah.
There's like nothing more rewarding. I'm like, damn, I actually let somebody else have that. Like, and then I was with motherfuckers that complained about it. Like, this shit is an honor. Like, I love feeding my family and like the reaction to shit. Like, it's pretty fucking great. And I've always got on the women I'm with. Like, hey, I like a clean house. I don't want to come home and see shit, especially after work. Like, I don't want to come home, but taking care of it myself now, and my house is always the way I want versus now I got to argue with this motherfucker because she know I don't like the shit messy.
Right.
It's just liberating. And, you know, if I get into a partnership now, I feel like, and it's honestly why I'm just so against it. Like, motherfucker, I clean and cook now. What can you bring to the table? And I do so much. So it's really
Right.
difficult for me to find worth in a relationship right now. But yeah, I like your answer. Equal partnership.
Yeah.
You see something wrong, fix it.
Right.
Don't look at me. You saw it was wrong too.
Yeah, it's simple. It got worse because you
You
watched
waited
it.
on me
Yeah.
and then complained.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna YouTube it. Guess who also has YouTube? It knows a one person thing.
Yeah.
Google is available for all men and women. Do you believe in split bank accounts or shared?
Split.
All right. Passwords. Do you believe those should be private or shared?
Private.
Okay. The next question is supposed to be Patron or Henny. You've never been drunk, but have you had either?
Actually, I have.
Yeah?
Because, both was on some. I know you don't drink, man, but please, man,
It'd
you
be
gotta
an honor.
Take one with.
That's
And
bullshit.
I've had Patron and Hennessy. Hennessy is terrible.
They're both actually really disgusting.
Yeah, they're both strong.
I
but
don't.
Hennessy's got a weird, strong. It's just,
Tang.
yeah, like tart.
Yeah.
It's weird. Patron was just a little warm, but Hennessy had a lot going on.
I've been wanting for a long time. I saw this skit where they came up with when the N-word was first used, and it's one of the funniest skits ever. I had to send it to you if you ain't seen it. Yeah. But I've been wanting to do that for the longest, and I want to do it with a lot of stuff. And one of those things is like, who the fuck just started drinking alcohol? Well, this shit's nasty. I'm about to throw up, but I feel funny. Like,
hey, man, Jesus was on that wine.
Off that wine. Off that Weezy.
Like,
but it's like, it's so much bad shit. Like, all right, cigarettes I can understand because they were smoking it and just being cool and relaxed, and they found out the side effects later. I don't know how it's legal now that we know what it results to. But anyway, stuff like alcohol or just silly shit that we do in practice, or like even like the first person that threw fucking chicken and flour. Why did you? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, all kind of stuff,
yeah,
man.
like,
all kind of how did you find out that if you put eggs and flour and this other, how you get a cake?
Yeah.
Who figured
the
this
fuck
out?
Fucked up. And was like, hey, motherfucker, you say something? Damn, I fucked it up. Try it.
And then
damn.
not just made this cake, put some frosting on. Like there's so much.
How did that come about?
All right, give me them
I
eggs,
need
that
the
flour,
full
that sugar,
story.
that butter.
Yeah, we just throw everything in there. Don't use the hot sauce. Don't use the hot sauce. Then we don't want no peppers or any vegetables.
Yeah.
Like or did you just try everything and eliminate things?
Right. And then what was somebody trying to make biscuits?
How did it happen?
Yeah,
I'm so curious.
Yeah,
I think we need to shoot parodies of people figuring this shit out. All right. What's more important, shock value or repeat value?
Repeat value.
You know how I feel about this question. So please, I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion. But if you've watched any of the other episodes, Pancheros or Chipotle?
Oh, I've never had Pancheros.
What?
Never had.
We've been going strong for like at least a year. Was it 2 years?
Yeah.
I feel like 2 years. We ain't been to Punch. Oh. Lunch at Punch tomorrow. My treat. I ain't got no money, but it's my treat. We gonna figure this thing out.
All right.
Oh man, Panchero, it's an experience. All right, so I'm not. You avoided that question. You don't have to answer the other place. You've had Chipotle though.
Yeah.
You like it?
I just get either the burrito or the quesadilla. I don't know.
Okay, this Panchero's about to change your world. Dave Chappelle or Eddie Murphy?
Damn. Dave Chappelle.
Elaborate, please.
Dave Chappelle is the king of the current style, or a king of the current style of comedy.
Will he have a bigger impact than Eddie when it's all said and done?
Yeah.
He ain't got no better movies than Eddie.
No, he doesn't. But I think he was like one of the early versions of a meme comedian. His skits became memes.
Does he have a better stand-up than Raw?
No.
How is he the choice?
Because
of the current time we live in?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna stick with that?
Yeah. Because of the what he's done with his stand-up specials. Like
Eddie don't have a show, does he?
The statement
that Chappelle show was
show,
shift changing to the world.
And his Netflix specials, like he did the thing when George Floyd.
That 840, that was amazing.
And then he had the monologue about going to the LGBTQ community, about the trans person. Like he's used his platform to speak directly to social issues, but include the comedy and and what he did with Chappelle's show, leaving at the top and getting
So I think
really
he will
getting
leave a bigger
canceled.
legacy.
He
Will he
really
leave
got
a bigger
canceled.
legacy than Eddie?
Yeah, because what
Damn.
Eddie did was in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have the internet. They didn't have.
Even though even to this day it's still the biggest tour. I think Raw was the biggest comedy tour ever.
Still?
Yes, yeah, still.
What?
Yeah. And what he did with Saturday Night Live and all of that. But then
I love
You have
Dave
the-
on SNL.
you have the disappearance. Then he disappeared
the,
and
the
never
epic disappearance.
never came back. I mean, you know, he's starting to do movies again, but they're not
They're not gonna.
They're
nothing's
not.
gonna.
that stuff.
I would just do the Netflix the little tour.
Well, we don't
He
even
did
know
one
if
at his crib.
he'll
Or no,
be
Kevin
good
did.
stand up anymore. We
Oh,
don't
Eddie?
even know if he can get on stage and rock a crowd with jokes.
Yeah, I see Chris Rock got a Netflix special on the way.
The one
wish I
he's
had
got
Persona.
already is trash.
Ooh, is this
It's
post
like
Will
it's-
Smack?
No, it's
Okay,
it's
yeah.
old.
Post Will Smack, you should have all the writers. You've
Yeah,
had the
the,
internet for at least a year before you prepared for this. 2
The
years.
one Chris Rock has, that's what he's the one that said that only women and dogs love unconditionally. It's pretty much like a TED talk, man. It wasn't really nothing special going on.
Jamie Foxx or Will Smith?
I think I'm gonna go with Jamie Foxx.
What swayed your decision?
It's gonna sound weird, but I always
You have to
thought
warn us.
something was off with Will. I always thought he was fake. I always thought that image was fake.
He's always
and-
portraying
and
the
now
character.
we're
We don't
seeing-
get the real Will
and
Smith.
now we're seeing that that's the case. But
Yeah.
I always, Will Smith.
Nobody
woo!
laughs at him.
Yeah.
Nobody's
I
that
always
excited
thought
about life.
Yeah. I always thought that shit was fake. And,
I definitely believe it's fake. Didn't think of it. I love Will. Love everything
yeah,
he's
he's done great movies.
But
He's done
I have
great
seen
work.
when Jada's recorded him when she wasn't supposed to, and him.
Yeah.
Did I tell you to read? Like, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And you know, the smack came from a place of pain for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
The real him. And I don't shame him for the
Nah,
smack
I
at
mean-
all, nigga. There's no way.
We've looked the other way on worse shit, man.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I'm
just it was the boiling point.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, him and his wife has been the butt of so many jokes for decades.
Yeah.
There had to have been a tipping point. I don't fault him for what he did. Cat Williams or Kevin Hart?
This is difficult because
Yeah, please tell me why it's difficult and then make your answer. Let's go that way.
because Kevin Hart, I'm a grown little man and seriously funny, like
Classics.
yeah, hilarious,
Very good. Like
And then you get in the superstar Kevin, and it's like,
he's not as hungry. He doesn't have to be.
yeah, and Cat Williams,
The first Pimp Chronicles.
that one, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
That is a classic.
And
That's
then I haven't seen Kevin in a movie that made me laugh. I think I like
Wait
his
a
serious
minute.
stuff.
The movies don't even make you laugh.
He's not. I can't say he's not funny to me.
It's a
but
silly
like,
funny. So I describe it when I think of like Will Ferrell and
Yeah,
there's another white comedian that does like I like Zach Galifianakis, but it's like the dumb funny
yeah.
where we're
Kinda
just so stupid. You
slapstick, kinda,
yes,
yeah,
yes. That's kind of what he is for black people.
Yeah, but like Cat Williams is better in movies to me.
But it's always a cameo. He's never.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
think he starred in
He's
it.
never. I can't think of any like where he carried. He was the star of the movie. But I think I'm gonna go with Cat.
That's dope. That's interesting. Most people go with Kevin.
Man, Cat's from Ohio too, I believe.
They get them Ohio points. Nah, his stand up though, that's like top 3 of stand ups. Like that American the Pimp Chronicles is fire. All right. Do you prefer to overplan or go with the flow?
I'm gonna go with the flow kind of person.
Get out. I feel like you have a plan.
No, I don't plan stuff. Only thing,
Like you make the flow go really good if you go with the flow. Like so that's wild. You have a plan. I always feel like you have a plan
about it.
Right.
I don't
That's
stress
true.
about
That's
it.
true.
So
what happens won't phase you. We just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Mm,
The
okay.
biggest thing with me is if we got a timeline, I'd like to stick to the timeline. But
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
like the flow outside of that.
Do you prefer text or phone call?
Text.
Kanye or Jay-Z?
In terms of what?
Gotta pick one.
Dang, man.
The other one dies. That's the terms.
Dang. Shoot.
Talk about why it's a difficult answer and then make your decision.
Their contributions are just a bit different.
What are
Jay-Z's his demeanor, who he is as a person is different from Kanye, but you know what he's done in business and music, his accomplishments there, his rapping ability. And then you have Kanye did differently, had his own label. He's put on artists. He's made dope music. They have an album together.
That makes it even more difficult.
Kanye makes beats. He's every album he makes, no two albums sound the same from Kanye.
Facts. I never thought about that, and you are absolutely right. And a few of his albums are like College Dropout.
Yeah.
And for me, Twisted Dark Fantasy. A lot of people say Graduation, which was cool.
No, I like My Beautiful Twisted Dark.
That shit was it was beautiful to me. And it featured so many people and brought different things.
I'm gonna have to go with Kanye, man. I'm gonna have to go with Kanye.
Yeah.
Damn.
If both of them walked in a room right now, though, and said, "Come with one of us,"
I'm gonna go with Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's the safer. Nigga, you about to go to hell with gasoline draws. Whatever path you, I know you know where you go. All right, L.A. or New York? Have you been to either?
I've been to New York once when I was in the Navy. I went for Fleet Week.
Okay.
Didn't like it. Never been to L.A. Think I'd rather go to L.A.
New York is so fast paced.
It doesn't appeal to me, man. It's just so many people on top of
energy
each other.
too.
Yeah,
all the people with that same negative, I gotta step on you energy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Is wild. I can't describe it. I recommend everyone go.
It's like scam capital.
Yeah,
like,
and you feel that from them.
Yeah.
Like I've never I don't think I'm an empath, but I can tell y'all niggas will if I fall and start having a heart attack right now, you will step right on me. You can step over me.
Go in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yo, this nigga dying, son.
Another one bites the dust, B. All right. Windows or Mac?
Well, I've never had a Mac, so. Wow. Windows.
We got to get him a Mac, y'all. Stone Cold or The Rock?
The Rock.
You ever watch wrestling?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. When I was younger, I watched it a lot, and then I stopped watching. And then I was flipping channels, and this is back when Raw was on like USA.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be flipping channels, and it was at the moment when The Rock was doing the people's elbow.
Yeah.
Right? So I had been out of wrestling. I didn't know what was going on, but the crowd was going crazy. And it was like, I'm like, who is this? What is he doing?
Yeah.
Like, and then I got back into wrestling. And that is because The Rock is like the only example of an asshole that people want to like. It's such a weird, like the recipe of what The Rock is on wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that whole it doesn't matter. Like you want to see him be an asshole. What's your name again? You be like, oh, he got to get it. And
nobody give a fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what your name is. The know your role, all the catchphrases he had, and had how he would interact with the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, that I try to bring stuff like that in my stage performance.
Damn. What? Yeah.
Having because he owned the
You
crowd.
do though.
He owned The Rock owned.
We love your bars where you're shitting on shitty rappers.
Yeah.
You rather get what stuck in vice grips?
Yeah. It doesn't matter what your name is.
That's wild. Shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's fire. All right. iPhone or Android?
Well, I have an iPhone, so that's the only Apple thing I have.
I was about to say, you got the iPhone, you got to get the Mac. All right. Johnny Depp or Robert Downey Jr.?
What kind of question is this?
Yeah, it's a new one.
Damn.
Talk it out first.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. was Sherlock. He's played Sherlock. I love Sherlock. I watch any Sherlock.
So good. The one with Benedict is fire.
Yeah.
Said every time you open your mouth, everybody in the room's IQ gets lowered. Damn.
That was
dig it.
And he's Iron Man for 10 years.
Fire as Iron Man. I love him in Tropic Thunder. How do you feel about
yeah.
Tropic Thunder?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I would be okay with anybody doing that.
He pulled that off.
He did amazing.
I'm a dude
he was accurate.
playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Fire. That's Unk. He was Unk.
Johnny Depp was Jack Sparrow. I don't know what the appeal of Edward Scissorhands is. I never understood that.
I don't know. I love it, and it was a part of my life, and I don't know why. I will always, I don't know why.
I think I'm going to go with Robert Downey Jr., man.
Yeah. I think that's the right answer.
Damn.
How you play a black man that good? And not offend anybody. Like, somebody got to be outraged. And no, it's not me.
Not me.
All right. I feel like I know your answer because of location. Let's see if you
Bone
surprise
Thugs and
me.
Harmony.
Do or die, Bone Thugs.
Yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Who made better music?
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
First of the month. What's the one for you?
Even though
what's
I
record?
listen to Do You Want to Ride?
Still?
Yeah.
Why do we still listen to that record? Is it that timeless?
Yeah, that's timeless. Yeah.
That's one of the best records of all time.
Yeah.
That's nuts. All right, what's after this? Twista or Tech 9?
Dang. Just personal preference. I listen to Twista more.
I think everybody does.
But
if it's business,
skill, it's
skill.
like the way he raps fast. Twista raps fast with clarity and precision.
Ooh.
Tech 9 raps fast with clarity, precision, and melody. Tech 9's more melodic than Twista.
Tech 9's better. Twista does a lot of if he's got a feature, he's gonna say their name.
Yeah.
And he's gonna name the song. It's a song title.
Yeah.
So it's a template. It's a format.
And Twista's always with the and Tech 9 might get a like, he does
like what the
more.
fuck was that? Why did we go there?
You know,
he does that.
Yeah.
So the answer is?
But Tech 9 did make a song with The Rock that was, you could have kept that. Could have kept that shit. But
I liked it. But I think I just liked The Rock so much. I liked the record.
Oh, okay.
It was smart. I would do you would do a song with The Rock?
Nah, man.
Get your
You gotta be able. Hey,
you
man,
do the
intro.
intro.
If you can live with it, be like, Rock, listen, man. Let's just you make the movie and I make the song.
I'll do the soundtrack.
You know.
Oh Lord. All right.
But I know at least half of The Rock's verse.
So he did what he was supposed to do. I'm sure
But
Tech
I
wrote
know
it. I'm sure Tech wrote
I know it because I think it's whack. I know it for the wrong.
Somebody else did that. Yeah, where you know it for the wrong
Drive.
reasons.
It's about power. We just
Oh,
stay hungry. We devour. Put in the hours and take what's ours. Black in some morning, my veins, my culture banging was strange. What? Listen, man, you can do what you want to. You can do what you want to do, Rock, but you shouldn't. Don't leave that alone.
Think he could be the president?
Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor. Ronald Reagan was a president. He was an actor. Do what he want to do, man.
Probably be better than our last two. Moving on. Education or field experience?
Field experience.
Nelly or Ludacris?
Dang. I'm gonna go with Nelly for the Midwest.
My friend Sarah told me to add this question. I don't like asking it. I haven't asked it yet, but I'll answer it as well. To be skinny or be happy?
What?
She told me she would choose be happy. Or no, be skinny, not be happy.
Damn.
And
that's a weird question.
I think it's a very weird question. I was like, you obviously want to be happy.
I mean, right.
But I am very unhappy with my body shape right now. So if I could be skinny and have problems, I mean, that shit, I still got problems even at my happiest
At this
times.
moment, I'm fat, and I am not happy.
So if you get one or the other, I don't think I would mind the skinny people problem. I'm unhappy and skinny.
That's a weird question. Man. You can only be happy if you're not skinny. But if you're skinny, you're
gonna be
miserable.
Not miserable. You're not happy.
You're not happy.
You're unhappy. Might be a grumpy skinny nigga.
Dang. I mean, I want to be happy, but I can be in shape and happy.
I'll have something to be happy about.
I don't have the frame
my
for
overall.
a skinny guy. I'm a wide frame, big head dude, so you know.
We gonna stay happy?
Yeah.
I feel like happy is the correct answer. But when she posed it, I was like, why am I questioning this? Because
I think she's got to explain where this question comes from.
I'm going to get her on here one of these damn days. All right, Nelly or Ludacris?
You just had me. I said Nelly.
Nelly, that's right. Dre or Timberland?
Dre.
Yep, elaborate.
Dr. Dre just I prefer his beats.
Okay.
If presented with well-known Timberland beats and well-known Dr. Dre beats, I'd pick Dre beats to rap on.
Nice.
Dre has made an impact in every major era of music. NWA, Death Row, Eminem,
Tupac,
50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Game.
Yeah, damn.
Timberland. I mean, he's made some great music.
Go. Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber? Does it matter? One has to die.
Man, I guess Ed Sheeran.
All right. Punctuality or perfection?
Punctuality.
Would you rather deal with a smart ass or a dumb ass?
I don't know, man. Cause my kids are pretty. My kids are like some smart ass, and I can deal with them. But they're good people.
Yeah.
You know.
A smart ass go challenge you. That'll frustrate you. A dumb ass, you might have to repeat yourself.
You're only gonna challenge me a couple times. And then you're gonna find out
who the real smart. You a smart ass, but I'm smart as fuck.
And yeah, dumbass.
take a smart ass.
He said that ain't the move.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Because like when somebody does something stupid, you with the kids, I'd be like, "What are you?
Why would
doing?"
you do that?
What are you
What
thinking
result
about,
did you
man?
expect?
Yeah. What are you thinking about right now?
When you make that decision? What? Oh man! All right, Chris Brown or Drake?
Oh. Damn. I think I might listen to Drake more, but I have select Chris Brown songs that I play a lot. I don't listen to all of Chris Brown stuff, but he's a phenomenal talent.
If one of them has to stop doing music, who would you rather keep going?
Chris Brown.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I think I'm just a Drake guy. Because if he hits me with, if he get, it was wild. It's like I feel like he be rationing out the bars.
Right.
He wants to do it, he got it, but he don't be wanting to do it because he can do it. Like it pisses me off, but it makes me continue to listen to the albums to see if he'll do it.
Yeah.
He surprised me on the 21 Savage shit. I didn't know till we watched the Shy Stimuli review that he was coming with bars like that. Like I saw who was on the album. I'm like, why the fuck he even do this? And didn't want to listen to it. Then everybody else was like, you gotta listen to it. Then I heard the first song. I'm like, 21, can you, nigga? I'm not listening to no more.
Something for me?
Like I was done. And then I saw that review where he broke them bars. I'm like, why? He gave him that? He gave him that, Drake? Like, why would you give him that version?
Drake can rap though.
He can't. He's fire.
He's a great rapper.
But he probably makes more money off the singing shit.
Yeah.
So, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Michael Jackson.
Last question. Beyonce or Rihanna?
Beyonce.
Why?
Yeah, I got it's songs of hers that I like a lot.
More than Rihanna's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing comes to mind for Rihanna like Umbrella and
It's B. Like even the Destiny Child music was really good. Like honestly, and watching her just rise and just literally become the queen of music. Like not even just R&B. She's crossed over all cultures, races. Like
for sure.
She earned her title, and it was dope getting to watch it from where she was to where she is. And
from a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
From a teenager.
Yeah. I fucks with it. Well, that's this or that. That's the episode of Talkin Top Tier. Where can they find you? This was chill. This was a vibe. This was just
man.
just a conversation.
Yeah. Classified on all platforms. KLAZIFIED.
Please spell it.
KLAZIFIED. Follow me. We'll see what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, just out here winning contests and shit, winning challenges.
Yeah.
I need you to do more challenges.
Nah. Shout out again to Gifted Hands.
There's
and
nothing.
His whole team of Millie ENT Live Wire Consulting.
Facts.
Everybody and Triple S Consulting, just because she's close enough.
Hey, that's pretty dope. We'll be making a trip out to Virginia here in the very foreseen future. That the last trip was amazing. We had a blast, and we were very productive in a very short amount of time.
And it's going to be even better next time we go.
Definitely. I still want you to do more challenges because I've seen what you can do when you hear anything that you slightly vibe with.
Yeah.
You kill it, you eat, and it needs to be seen, and you deserve all the little views and plays, and who cares about winning?
Shout out to Mr. Anderson, too.
Yeah. Hey, shout out. What's the record? Put Me in the Ground. That was dope.
Before They Put Me in the Ground remix, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was dope. He made a new beat for what record was it? It's gonna be a new record.
Yeah.
But
It was something unreleased.
Yep. So yeah, shout out Mr. Anderson. Shout out you, man. Shout out Klazik. Shout out where this thing is going, where it's been in such a short amount of time.
Yes, sir.
Some dope ass experiences.
Yeah, we racking them up.
Yeah. Yeah. The numbers are getting up there. It's gonna get harder and harder to compete with us.
That's right.
As us.
That's right.
So let's get it. T1 Entertainment, another episode of Talkin Top Tier. It's your boy, the host, always doing the most, Tone the Boss. Special guest, Klazik. Check him out. He's going to be at all the shows, anniversary parties, Summer Jam, Iowa Music Awards, Best Performer of the Year. You already know what it is. And just like that, we gone.